What's going down, white women? This is the Crazy Music Geek, and today I'm going to be showing you my Beatles record collection. Now, the Beatles, I've probably said this many times on my channel, they were the first band I ever got into. Probably 95% of the people I talk to about music, this is the first band they get into. And it's just a common ground kind of band. Most people like them. Anybody who says otherwise is probably just sick and tired of hearing about them, which I understand. I mean, once you go to Rockabilly and Prince, you never really completely come back. But hey, I do enjoy me some Beatles every now and then. So, I'm going to show you my Beatles collection. This has kind of been in the making since I got into collecting. In fact, the first record I ever received is in this collection. And I'll point it out once I get there. So, we're going to start off with this mid-70s pressing of Beatles for Sale. Has the Apple logo on the back. I think it's the mid-70s because of the green background, but I could be wrong. So, yeah. I need to get a... Man, I don't know why it's in there like that. I need to fix that. But, yeah. Beatles for Sale. It's a good album for, like, their really, really early stuff, but it's not stuff I really go back to much anymore. Then this is an original pressing, I believe, of the Beatles' second album. US, of course, these are US albums, for the most part. Again, another good album. Got some good stuff. And then the reason I made this video was because I acquired this today. Now, this is a UK album typically, but this is kind of an interesting pressing because it's from Japan. Hard Day's Night. It's not a mono, it's a stereo pressing from 1976. I wanted to get, here's kind of my dilemma with the Beatles on vinyl. If I can't afford the original pressings, I would like to get something that is not the newer issues. And what I mean by the newer issues is the 2012 vinyl Beatles stuff, it just does not sound right with me. It just sounds like the CD as far as I care. So, I was kind of on the hunt for this. I missed out on getting the mono version of this from 2014, and now that goes for a lot of money. So I went to my local record store, Hey Suburbia Records, which specializes in a lot of this stuff, and they had it there, so I picked it up. But yeah, I haven't even opened it yet, so yeah, Hard Day's Night. Then we got its American brother, Hard Day's Night. This is an original United Artists pressing. Let me pull it out for you. Yep, original United Artists pressing. This is the soundtrack to the movie. Half of it is songs that were featured in the movie, and then the other half is just instrumentals. So, yeah, Hard Day's Night. Then we got, in my opinion, the Beatles' underrated album as far as the early stuff goes. Might just be their most underrated album is Beatles for Sale. A lot of people kind of unfairly trash this one for some reason, and I can't stand for that. So, Beatles for Sale. I bought this about a year after all the mono stuff came out, because there was like because in 2014 was when all the mono stuff was reissued, and I want to say for maybe a good 3 to 4 years afterwards, it was still kind of in circulation. Unfortunately, I didn't take advantage of that. I only ended up getting 3 of them, but this is one of them, Beatles for Sale. Kind of just a good blend of country stuff, country kind of stuff. Some Carl Perkins covers are on this, so I like it, but not too many people do. And then I have Beatles 65, original Capitol pressing. It is not freely in there, don't worry. It's just in a very transparent sleeve. Yeah. But yeah, Beatles 65. Good album. The copy I'm actually going to show next is one of the first I ever had, but this was acquired later on. So yeah. And then that aforementioned copy, I probably have no use for this, but I'm holding on to it just for, I guess, sentimental reasons. But yeah, Purple Capital. I used to play this all the time when I was 13 or 14. Used to fall asleep to the second side of this every night, and back then I had the record player that would shut off on its own, and some good times. There's some good times. So yeah, Beatles 65. It's probably my favorite of the US albums, if I was to be honest. Then we got the early Beatles. This is, I'm not sure what pressing this is. I don't think it's an original. But I could be very well wrong. I think it's an 80s pressing, but you never know. But yeah. This is basically Please Please Me. I think maybe a couple songs off of it are cut, but yeah, early Beatles. And then I have this copy of Help, the Help soundtrack. It's got a little bit of wear, mainly the jacket, because somebody took a highlighter, like some kind of pink marker or a pink highlighter, and just did a ding, 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 ding to it, but yeah. Let me see what press, I think this is an original pressing. It's been a while since I've looked through these. Yep. Good old Rainbow Capital. It's got the sleeve and everything. So yeah, Beatles Help. Then I got one of the aforementioned mono albums from 2014. This is the Beatles Rubber Soul. Yeah, I really did pay $23 for this at the time. And this was when I turned, I forget how, I think I turned 17 or 18. When I bought this had been a few years after the mono stuff was out, so you can kind of pinpoint my age right there. But yeah, I bought this, and now it's going up in value. Definitely a great sounding, it's probably the best sounding copy of Rubber Soul, I would say. But I'm not the biggest audiophile in the world, nor do I claim. And then speaking of Rubber Soul, we got the American version. I believe this is an original. It's not in the greatest shape in the world, but it still holds up. It still plays. I don't think there's any split seams, so yeah. I mean, there's a little bit right there, but other than that, it's pretty good. It plays well. So yeah, and the U.S. albums are kind of weird. They kind of just take they kind of just like splice in and out some UK stuff. Have less tracks on it so that they can make more albums out of the tracks that they didn't use, just making more money. So this one, it starts out with I've Just Seen a Face instead of Drive My Car, and I think Nowhere Man is also not on here. And then side 2 opens up with It's Only Love. I forget what, I guess I could pull up both of them. Instead, it doesn't have What Goes On, or what are some of the If I Needed Someone. Those are the 4 that they left off. But yeah, it's jogging my Beatles memory. And then, don't get your hopes up too much. This is a bootleg version of Yesterday and Today. It is a bootleg or counterfeit or whatever. It's on green vinyl. This is probably the closest I'll ever get to owning an original butcher cover version, and I'm fine with that. I mean, if I had the money, I definitely would get it, but I'm just not in the position to spend $6,000 or how much ever it's going for. But yeah, it's on green vinyl. It is a bootleg, so yeah. Look at that. It's on green marbled vinyl, and there's also like a little bit of red throughout, which is kind of weird. It's a Christmas album, I guess. But yeah. We try to get it back in. Get in there! That's what she said. But yeah. I'll just set that to the side for now. Alrighty. Oh. Yeah. Then we got the only other mono I have, the UK Revolver. definitely it's probably my favorite Beatles album. There's no use in getting the US version as far as I'm concerned. So just get this one. If you can afford the mono, I definitely would get that. But I try to get some kind of... personally, if I was shopping Beatles on vinyl, I would not get the 2012 remasters. And what I'm going to showcase next is why. So you've been hearing me dogging about these remasters. So this is a 2012 Sgt. Pepper. And the reason I say avoid these is because they're from a digital source. Which, I mean, it's not a crime for a record to have a digital source, but honestly, it just sounds like you're playing the CD. There's just no dynamics, really. And I get starting out, maybe these are okay starting out, but honestly, I wouldn't do it. If you want a good sounding copy of Sgt. Pepper that is affordable, I would go with this one. This is the 2017 mix. It'll have like a yellow sticker, and they're still in print. I would get those. I don't even know if they have the 2012 one in print anymore, but get the 2017 version. And then I do have a Capitol repressing of Magical Mystery Tour on the orange label. I do not know what year this is, though. That is the thing. So, this is a very early record in my collection. I've had it for a number of years. Now on to the first ever album I ever owned in my life. The Beatles White Album. I don't know what pressing this is. I think it's an earlier pressing, because it is embossed. It's got the number. It's on Apple. So, yeah. Yeah, Beatles White Album. I know it's not a UK, though. And then I have a very beat-up copy of the Beatles White Album. It's a later edition. I don't even know what pressing this is. I've actually never opened this, because this was given to me by a family friend from many years ago. But I've just kind of kept it in the collection, just cause, really. We'll find out the moment of truth what it is. It is an Apple, it looks like. Oh! That's not good. It needs a cleaning. There's probably a reason why I haven't played this. Yeah. Alright. Hopefully the other one won't be that bad, but yeah. It's some kind of pressing of it. But yeah, it's seen better days. I probably should just frame this, to be honest, but yeah. Then we got Abbey Road. Not in the sleeve it came with. This is another early record of mine. And it's on the purple Capitol. Yeah. Then we got the Hey Jude compilation. This is on the... I think it's the orange Capitol label. But yeah. Hey Jude. And then what was kind of the last hurrah for the group, Let It Be. It's purple Capitol pressing. And then I don't have too much stuff that was made after they left. I have a couple records though. This is the Beatles Love album. It's a double album, obviously filled with love songs, so yeah. Beatles Rarities. It's kind of like what Past Masters is now, but only this was made 1980 was when this was made, so yeah. Past Masters, not Past Masters, Rarities. Then we got Beatles Live at the Hollywood Bowl. It's based off the 8 Days a Week documentary. If you want to get Beatles live, I would get this. There is the Hollywood Bowl original one from '77 where it's got the kind of beige tan kind of cover. I would get this instead. If you find it cool, but get this because you actually hear the Beatles clearer on this. Much clearer. So, yeah. And you get extra tracks on this. It's worth it for the extra tracks alone. Then I think this is a bootleg. Beatles Decca tapes. It's an early 80s bootleg. Actually, 1979 was where this is from, and obviously you can see that that is not Ringo. So yeah, Beatles deck of tapes. And then I only have 2 solo Beatle records, and they're both Paul McCartney. So it's his debut album, debut pop album, I should say. He did have the Family Way soundtrack before this, but it's an original pressing. And then last but not least, Band on the Run. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. It's an original pressing too. See you all later.